In the last video, we implemented our chatbot with a Claude model, and you may notice that when we ask something, then the response is coming as a one whole message, and when we are in the Amazon Bedrock playground, then response is streaming, so it's coming into view bit by bit, and this feels better because you don't have to wait like 10-20 seconds for a response. You can see it almost right away. And if we want, we can also implement it in our chat, and to implement it we need to do a little change here where we use this invoke model command. So instead of using this command, we are going to use another one that is invoke model with response stream. And we need to import it as well. And all the parameters here are the same, so we don't need to change anything here, but we will need to change the way we are parsing our response. So if we try to run it right now in our application, you can see that it just throws us an error. And in order to fix it, we need to do a couple of changes. And there is a helpful example in AWS documentation, so let me just show you. I will also leave the link below the video so you can go and check it out, but for now let's just go through it. So you can see that they import this command as well, and then if we just search for it on the page, so here is the invocation, and then instead of just parsing the array, the 8-bit array as we did before, we create temporary variable complete message, and then for each of the chunks of the response that is coming through, we are decoding it separately, and we are adding the delta here to the message, and then we returning it. We can do something similar in our React application. So let's just copy this bit where they process the response, and in our function, in parse response function, we can just comment out this part, and actually let's comment out everything for now. And let's paste. So first of all, we want to do this function synchronous because we have an await here, and let's rename the parameter here to the API response. And then it complains that it does not have a property chunk, and we need to fix the type as well. So the type here would be, instead of just invoke model command output, it will be invoke model with response stream command output. Yeah, so this should be it. And as it complains as well that API response body could be undefined, we can just do an early return here. If API response body is not existent, then just return an empty string. Item chunk is possibly undefined. Okay, let's do here a question mark, so it says that we only get these bytes if item chunk is not undefined, and this piece we don't need at all. So now let's check if we console log our complete message. Let's go back to the application and submit. Okay, so it is complaining about the objects are not valid React child. Yeah, so it is complaining here because we are not using await here, because we changed our function to the promise, to the asynchronous function. We need await here, So let's try once again. And now it returns us the complete message. But what we want to see is the message when it is in progress. Instead of the logging complete message, we can do the console log here, and then we can print this one, and let's try again. And now you see we are getting this answer bit by bit, and that's how we want it, but it's still not appearing here. So it's not streaming here, it's only showing us the whole message after it is ready. And to change this, we need to do the changes in our React logic. So what we are going to do is we are going to add another variable, another use state here, and I will call it stream. And then it is going to be just a string or null. And by default, we're going to set it to null. And now, when we are getting our chunks, our delta, so here we are going to set stream, and we will set it to this bit. And you can see that we're only doing it for the chunk type content block delta, and if we console log other chunks, we can see what else we have, what else we are getting when we are querying our model. So you see the first chunk is the message start, and it has some metadata, but the content is empty. And then we have content block start, content block delta, and yeah, so only on content block delta we are actually getting a text, a response, and then we processing this, and then in the very end we are again getting message delta, content block stop message delta, and message stop. So another 3 chunks with different types that are saying us that the message is finished, and we can use them for other things. For example, if we want to do something on the page when the model stopped responding, when it finished the answer, so we can use these chunks, we can use these events. But for now we only process this content block delta type of chunk. And so yeah, we are setting the stream to this piece of text, and then in order to display it while it's streaming, we want to copy this bit, chat message, and put it after the history. And then here the author will be model name, because we always getting response from the model. And reverse will be false, and then the text will be stream, the variable we just created, yeah, and key will be the same. So it is complaining that text can't be null, so we need to change the type here. We can change it to null as well, I think. Yeah, so now it's not complaining anymore. And now let's try. So if we are refreshing our page now, oh, and you see we now have this empty message. It's because we need to wrap it with the condition if stream, and then If stream exists, we're going to show this message. And now you see its empty message is gone. So let's try again. Let's ask something. And you see this nice message that was streaming. But now we have another problem. We have this message duplicated because now we have it in both history and in the stream variable. But this is easy to resolve. So when we are finishing our streaming here, we can just set our stream to null, and let's do it here. And now again, if we ask something, we are getting the streaming message, and then it's just the only one. There is no duplicate because we added it to history and we cleared out the stream variable. So now our chat looks a bit more like all these fancy AI chatbots like ChatGPT and etc. And in the next video we will continue improving it, and I will show you how to make our chatbot remember the context of conversation. So stay tuned, subscribe, and don't forget to hit this like button.